Hey guys, what's up? AndosGaming here and welcome back to the channel. Hope you are having a good day wherever you are in the world. In today's episode, I'll be showing some raw gameplay from one of my solo matches the other day. What I'll be doing is breaking down the gunfights, slowing it down, explaining my thought process and provide some tips to help you get better at Warzone. I will also cover why I rotate certain ways, why I use certain cover, etc, all that good stuff. Disclaimer, I wasn't really going to record this game. As you can see, I'm already on 7 kills. I don't normally play solos, I like to play with my mates online. However, I find solos quite enjoyable lately and hopefully I can help people out that do play a lot of solos with these types of videos. Anyways, by the end of today's episode, the breakdowns I will be doing throughout the video should be able to help you with your game. I mentioned before I like to slow things down and explain the little details that we often miss. With the intro out of the way though, let's begin. Okay, let's rewind this for a second. There is something I want to point out with this gunfight that's really important. At this point, the enemy has taken some shots on me. I have no idea where the target is. I'm trying to scan, but basically I can't spot the enemy. In these situations, it's always a good idea to reposition and engage. Think about it, the enemy already knows where you are. In the meantime, you need to track, acquire the target, and then shoot. Saying that, I reposition to keep myself alive, be a bit more agile with my positioning instead of ego-charling. That worked out pretty well, so going forward, just so the video doesn't last forever, I will be doing some time skips to the most important parts. At this point, I am rotating to the building in front of me. I saw some fighting here before. I know there are multiple targets fighting each other in the area, so I'll try to play a bit more passive. Last thing I want to do is be caught between two targets fighting. Notice how I'm quite defensive here. I just don't have enough intel as there are two targets around. I managed to get the third party on the first pick, which is perfect. Now I know the other target is outside, so I start to scope the area. Unfortunately, I do get third party. It's just the name of the game. The enemy did have ninja, so couldn't really hear anything. Oh well, we'll come back and soldier on. Okay guys, so I managed to spot the enemy here and I was thinking while I was editing, like, how did I know he was there? Like, how did I know? I watched the replays and I noticed like there was no way I could have knew he was there. Did I get lucky? I swear, I'm not hacking. If I was hacking, I would have way more kills in most of my games. So it took me a while to realize what I did subconsciously. While I was climbing up this ladder, I was thinking, most likely someone will be rotating behind me. This is just game sense from hours of Warzone. There always seems to be someone rotating behind you to catch you by surprise. Another clue, there was a truck there. If someone was rotating on those hills, I would definitely grab the truck to get back into the circle. When fighting, especially when the enemy has higher ground, what you want to do is change position, change your last known location, so if the enemy re-picks, he has to flick onto you. I managed to get the kill by making reads on enemy rotations and use that truck as a clue. Make sure when you're playing to check obvious rotation spots so you don't get surprised. Let's move on to the next engagement. So in this gunfight, basically I'm just minding my own business, getting a self-revive, grabbing a couple UAVs, then I spot a car coming right at me. Notice how I don't shoot straight away. I move to cover first to make sure I cannot be run over. Also notice how I switch to my AR just to make sure I have the right gun for the right engagement. That was a pretty easy kill. Let's move on to the next scenario. Alrighty, in this situation I have popped a UAV and I will just explain my thought process when choosing my rotations. Most of the time my objective is to get easy kills and get into winnable gunfights when I'm thinking about rotations. So there's one enemy in front of me, however this person is up in the air, so let's exclude that option. To my left here there are 3 targets, and you're probably thinking high kill game, right, let's go over there. However, if you take a closer look, One enemy is on top of the apartments with the heli. That will be a very hard gunfight. I could probably fight the closer target, however most likely the enemy on the high rise will get me. And let's say if that both works out and I get the kills, there will be another enemy gatekeeping me. So yeah, it's a bit risky. So I decide to go to the right. The target is by himself. I could probably get the kill quite easily without too much risk and rotate back after the fact. Rotations are super important and can really determine the fact if you're going to live or die in Warzone. I made a mistake there. I shot too early and basically I missed all of my shots. However, I try to keep my cool as someone else has dropped in as well. Let's see what happens. Side tip, when you have a UAV and you feel like you can't always be looking at your minimap, make sure to pay attention to these red dots on top of your screen, just to make sure you're looking in the right direction. Hey guys, really quickly, if you are enjoying the content, remember to smash the like button. I do try to put a lot of effort into these videos, that would be much appreciated. Also, sub to the AndosGaming channel if you are interested. I make a lot of Warzone tips and tricks videos where I break everything down, hopefully to help you get better. Last note, I do stream on Twitch at AndosGaming TV. Make sure to come say hello, it's just good vibes. You can watch me play live and see my pretty face. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's continue. Okay, back to the action. I noticed some people fighting in the house in front of me. The red dot is popping up on the minimap and the red arrow is indicating the enemy is upstairs. So I have all the intel I need. I pop a dead silence at this point and start pushing the building. I know the enemy is around the corner. It's just habit at this point, but to get Peeker's advantage, I slide cancel into the room and engage. Another thing I do, if I know the enemy is already there, I shoot before aiming down sight. That means I can get 1 or 2 bullets in a little bit quicker. So that worked out pretty well. Remember to pre-fire and use Peeker's advantage when applicable. So right now, I notice someone on the heartbeat next door. I play it safe a little bit to see if the target will peek. I then throw my grenade and break armor. I get super excited, jump out the window, throw my second grenade like I'm some sort of action hero, but I fail. I'm a bit of a trash can, but all good. I push a building and manage to get the kill. Make sure to use your throwables when pushing buildings and try to get them through the window, unlike me. Well, that worked out pretty well though. Let's move on to the next fight. These two gunfights were pretty smooth, just got pretty lucky to be honest, as one enemy was dropping in and the other target was just being very stagnant. In solos guys, or just Warzone in general, you want to be agile in moving around, just even if it's little movements, just to make sure you're not an easy target. Okay, so fast forward a little bit, I'm fighting a target in front of me and manage to break armor. And then I notice my line of sight is really open on my left side. So I start to move up the hill. I get a bit greedy here though and wait for the target to re-peek. Then what do you know, I get sniped from my left side. So I quickly break LOS and move into cover. It's all about line of sight management, sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. Lucky though, I had an exit plan with cover nearby. I try to scan the area at this point and try to locate the target. Again, I get pretty lucky, the Warzone gods are just dropping free kills for me, I will take them. At this point, my focus is shifted back to the enemy I was fighting before. I know the target will have to rotate in. I've got the circle on my side, so it shouldn't be an issue. You always want to be on the closer side of the circle when possible. So the enemy is charging at me with great honor, facing me head on. Technically, the target has high ground. I don't want the enemy to get headshots on me, so I do a jump shot to the left. Notice how I made the enemy miss while hitting my own shots. That worked out pretty well. On to the next fight, the pick and push play. Try to predict where the enemy will peek, get the pick and push from there. If possible, go for headshots when peeking through windows as exposure time is often very little. I managed to get the kill on this target without too much issues. Let's continue. With this target, I try to hold my shots a little bit. I only try to shoot when I know I can get the kill. Trigger discipline is very important. Again, as mentioned, try to shoot when you know you can get the kill. Okay, on the next fight, I spot an enemy in front of me. I'm trying to get my shots in, but this target is a tank. I start moving up, trying to use some movement to see if I can get a pick. I noticed there are 2 enemies nearby now, so I slow down the tempo a little bit. Remember, you don't always need to full send, adjust your tempo accordingly. The enemy upstairs tries to rotate out and I spot the target. As mentioned before, try to be on the closer side to the circle and try to catch enemies rotating in. I know there is still a target on my left side, so I do a leap of faith and manage to get my shots in. This is where I make a mistake. I get into a position where I have no cover, no exit plan. Looking back, I feel like I should have went to the houses or clear the right side a bit better. Oh well, you live you learn, it was a fun game. Well, that is it for today's episode. Just some final thoughts. Playing solos Warzone, try to be agile and push targets. I know it's a bit campy, but the more you push, the more comfortable you will get. When popping UAVs, try to pick the easy fights, not people held up in buildings or known camping spots. Also, please note, in this game I was playing in American servers. Australian servers have been really inconsistent lately. Not really sure what the issue is there, it's hard to connect sometimes. Anyways, make sure you sub to the YouTube channel for more Warzone videos like this one. Go check me out on Twitch at AndosGaming TV, link will be in the description. Come say hello, hang out with the A squad, it's just good vibes. Anyways, as always, I wish you guys all the best and good luck on the Warzone.